So ready-madeness, like, is it art?
Well, so this, I guess it depends I mean, and a lot of this stuff with him is like, it really does challenge you to think about, well, what is art? Is it the actual fact that you're putting your own hand to it, as we mentioned? Is it that it has to be an original creation? Or is it a feeling that the artist conveys to you? Or is it up to you to have the feeling? And once you have a feeling by looking at it, it is art, you know? And that's pretty complex. And all his work, I think, kind of challenges these ideas. It's on the edge of what you might consider art or not. So this kind of the urinal is the first ready-made by Duchamp, I believe, and all Kuhn's work could be considered as ready-mades because they are objects that exist in real life already. I can't really think of one that maybe the sculptures aren't, but they all have the theme back to something that already exists in your life that you can identify. And certainly his earlier work where he encapsulated these vacuums and sealed them, and the basketballs. How does it make me feel? Well, I think for me, it allows me to relate to it a bit more. Certainly a lot more than some of the abstract art. It's like, I know what that is. You know, you've got this instant predetermined reaction to these objects, but maybe it challenges you to think about them in a different way or in a different context, and it confuses you. And so with the vacuum cleaners, he said that if any of them were to be turned on, the art would be worthless and destroyed. So for him, that piece was really about the perfection of the new or the exciting or capturing that moment. Maybe, I don't know what it could be, but it evokes kind of ideas of maybe not being alive, you know, kind of stuck or something in purgatory to me. But then again, they're just vacuum cleaners in boxes, aren't they?
Well, and I think there's a key element to all of his, or maybe you could say across all of his art, is there's always like this dichotomy. There's always this like two opposing forces coming together. And what I mean by that is you've got reality and you've got kind of this, down the other end of the scale, complete non-reality. And so, for example, a vacuum cleaner, we don't know a vacuum cleaner as being this, you know, preserved, perfectly clean object, you know, basked in spotlight as a wonderful, you know, exciting object. We see it as the dirty thing that gets stored in the cupboard in the house that, you know, is absolutely turned on. It's total utility. The same with, like, even down the other end of the scale is like the reflective giant balloon dog. We don't associate a giant balloon dog as being a tough stainless steel structure that's going to stand forever. No, it's like a fleeting little fragile blown up thing that a clown makes for you.
And this dog is perfect. It looks exactly like a balloon dog. There is, you know, it is perfect.
Except that it's made of stainless steel, and you couldn't. It's almost like you want to go up to it and like push it and squeeze it like a balloon dog, and then you would do that and realize that it's made of this solid stainless steel structure. And I think that even antiquity, mate, where you've got these Greek statues, they don't look like stone, and I suspect that's the intention, is to not look like stone. They look like this perfectly like white recast of a statue. And I think that's the intent. Yeah, it's like, it is. Yeah. And And then coupling that with this, what we associate with Greek antiquity or Roman antiquity, or where these statues come from, with this just perfectly round modern ball. There's always this like paradox playing out between weirdness and the just the stark reality of what's happening. So for me, mate, I think that immediately like qualifies it as being art. And I think it takes a real talent to frame up something like that.
Yeah, I think
it's like,
I think me too. That's what I.
It's like I could put a vacuum in a box, in a Perspex box. Yeah, but the point is that you didn't. And the point is that you can't just do that, and you can't just do that now, because ready-madeness is kind of, it's the wave has progressed on, and it's now next.